John is with us in Tampa, Florida. Hey, John, how are you?
I'm doing well, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
So through a few life events, I was able to pay my house off sooner than what I expected, which left me with a surplus in my emergency fund. With that being said, should I adjust my emergency fund and invest? When I say adjust it, should I adjust it down? Because now obviously I don't need as much because I don't have any bills. Everything's paid for, and invest the remainder of that.
Well, it should be 3 to 6 months of expenses, and what you're saying is, with the house paid off, you got hardly any expenses, right?
I literally have zero expenses.
No, I mean you have food and lights and water and insurance and
electrical and all that.
Yeah, just the basics. And then on the flip side, I drive a 20-year-old car, and so I've also considered maybe purchasing a new car one day. Obviously, not in this market, but in the near future.
Yeah, get you a better car, which also, by the way, will lower your need for an emergency fund.
Yes.
Because the transmission going out in that hoopty is more likely than in a decent car, right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
John, have you run the numbers yet of what your old emergency fund was based on and what the new one is based on with these new, lower expenses, so you know about what the surplus is?
Haven't sat down and ran the numbers, but I figured currently I have about $55,000 in emergency fund. My wife and I do $130,000. So we were figuring probably $25,000 would be substantial.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be fine. And then I'd earmark some of the rest of that for the car, and then invest the rest of it, or maybe have some fun with the rest of it. Whatever. You've done great. You're baby step 7, man. You're rocking it.
Yeah.
Are you a baby step millionaire yet?
Yes, I am.
Way to go.
Way to go. That's awesome.
Congratulations. Well done. How old are you?
I am 51. My wife is 52. I'm 51.
Good for you.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. As we have built wealth, Sharon and I have noticed we have less emergencies because we own nicer things. It's like the cars I used to drive were an emergency looking for a freaking place to happen, okay?
They were an emergency.
They were, and I was driving my emergency, And then once you get decent vehicles and you've got a little margin, you literally have fewer emergencies. And so the chances of us actually not cash flowing 90-something% of our emergencies just out of checking is pretty low these days. And so, because, again, when you're broke, your life looks like a country song. Everything is an emergency, And so it does change over time. And it's kind of like oxymoronic. They always say, the banker will loan you money only when you don't need it, And it's like, by the time you don't need an emergency fund,
right?
It's like it does. It seems like that you should not need the emergency fund in the early days. It'd be helpful,
right?
But no, you got to have it when you're starting baby steps 1 through. But when you're at 7 and you're hitting millionaire status, you're making 130. Yeah, 25 is going to be plenty, dude. Because you got other money.
And John, get that car. I hear it in your voice. You're a saver. I love that about you. That's what's gotten you to this point. Enjoy some of that money. It is sitting there, and your car's old.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want to buy it because they're crazy right now. Is all.
I know, but that emergency that's waiting to happen, it's going to come out of that, or it's going to come out of your emergency fund, whichever way you want to look at it.
Make sure you get it for Christmas anyway. By the time Christmas gets here.
I like that.
Go ahead and start planning your Christmas gift.